Hello folks. I love this transition. Just put your finger over the camera. Boom. I want to encourage you. In fact, I want to be associated with encouraging people regularly. Encouragement is like rocket fuel for your journey to becoming the hero you were always meant to be. Let's see if we can fix the focus there and the exposure. And I think you need encouragement on a daily basis. So I want to encourage you today with one of the hero's thinking frames, which is maybe, maybe not. And to understand that, I'd like to tell you a story. I'm sure you would like a story about a farmer in a nation thousands of miles away. Beautiful farm. And one day, this gorgeous, magnificent stallion came onto the farm, wild stallion. And for some reason it took to the farmer and his son, his only son, his beloved son, and decided to allow them to bring him into the corral, I think is the posh term for it, isn't it? Bring him into an enclosure. And so this wild stallion, who was still wild, became part of the family, and they began the process of taming the stallion. When the farmer's neighbours heard about this wonderful event, they came to celebrate with the farmer, and they said, "You are so lucky, a horse of this stature, to choose you and to allow you to bring it into the farm like this. It's amazing." And the farmer smiled and politely bowed and said, "Maybe, maybe not." That's the frame we're going to adopt. So the neighbours scratched their chins and went, "Well, okay, but wow, seems like good luck to me." And the stallion and the young man, the farmer's son, really hit it off together. They connected like only a person and a horse can do. There's something special there. And they began the process of getting to trust one another, know one another, till the day came when the young man felt it was right to ride the stallion. And so he carefully, slowly, cautiously climbed upon the stallion's back. And a wild look came into the stallion's eyes. And in a moment of terror, it threw the young man off its back before turning round to comfort the young man. It was too late. The young man had become lame in that moment. He could no longer walk without crutches, and he would never walk again, the doctor said. The neighbours of the farmer came round and said, "You are so unlucky. You had this beautiful stallion, and your one and only son, your beloved son, can now no longer walk without support." The farmer bowed his head and smiled politely and said, "Maybe, maybe not." The king of that country went to war with the nations around him, and he looked for all the young, fit and healthy young men to conscript them into his army to fight for the cause. And all the farmers around in the villages and in the cities and the towns and the countryside all lost their children to go to war, with the real danger of their children never returning to them, their young men. And they gathered around the farmer and said, "You are so lucky that your son is lame and that he cannot go to battle because he cannot walk without support." And the farmer bowed his head, smiled politely and said, "Maybe, maybe not." But then you knew that was coming then, didn't you? So I want to encourage you on your hero's journey as you become more of the hero that you are in potential. We must be what we can be. That the maybe, maybe not frame is a great frame. And I have used a frame over the years which is not a great frame. And that frame is the exercise regime I do on a daily basis called jumping to conclusions. So something tiny could go wrong in a day and I would jump to the worst possible conclusion. There's no maybe, maybe not there. This was the end of the world. And of course the end of the world actually hasn't come yet because I'm wearing a protective helmet. However, it felt like the end of the world and I would often see it as the end of the world. And that's not a heroic mindset, mind frame. Maybe, maybe not. Staying open to opportunities and possibilities is a much more heroic way to run this amazing thing called your brain. And I'm going to encourage you then to adopt that frame. Whatever happens in your life, it's great. You go, "Oh, I love it." Be grateful for it, adopt it, embrace it. But keep that maybe, maybe not openness in your mind. And if something bad happens, and it does, life's a roller coaster, keep the maybe, maybe not frame in your mind, because sometimes when things go wrong, it's not the end of the world. I conclude with a little saying about the caterpillar and the butterfly. What the caterpillar believes is the end of the world, and calls the end of the world as it jumps to that conclusion. The butterfly says, maybe, maybe not. Maybe this is the beginning. May you have a new start today, a new beginning, a new transformation, a chapter in your life. And above all things, may you be encouraged, because encouragement is the rocket fuel for your heroic journey. Thanks for tuning in.